Women's Day. Wow, what a wonderful day to celebrate the strengths and competencies and values of women. And some of the things we want to cover today are, well, what are some of the strengths of women? What are the values that they bring to the planet? And what opportunities could we create for women, right? How can we help women to be better supported? And so, Marion, what are your thoughts right off the bat?
I have lots of thoughts, Betska. When I came to the United States in my early 20s, I never thought that I would be here so long. I was looking for that opportunity. I was looking for something different that I didn't feel I had in Germany, being a woman. And so I came, and I guess now 21 years later, I am still here because there was an opportunity for me, many opportunities for me in many, many ways. And we talked about some of them before, whether that was with children or just the career path that I chose into leadership. And I'm forever grateful. And I think there are a lot of women out there in various environments, various countries that are strong, they're resilient, they have so much to offer. And so that International Women's Day that happened this week, I think it needs to be celebrated more than just once a year. And from the perspective of empowering women and really beyond borders, what we are talking about here, I feel that as women, and men, of course, too, but women particularly, supporting other women is so important. I call that leadership 2.0 because still too many times do I see women somewhat in competition with each other. We're not thinking about lifting other women up or potentially being that mentor, being that role model, but it's more perceived of a competition, or what if, and maybe that comes from the day where there were certain seats that were limited for women. I'm not sure where it is coming from, but why not step up and support another woman? So I think that's a very important mission for me to, in my career and in my being. And I love mentoring like the next generation leaders, particularly women. And, one example that I always remember was this really, really talented young woman that I was managing. And she had talents in so many different ways. And when I made her manager, she said to me, I am not sure. Do you really think that I am ready for this? And this summer, I got married and I don't know if we might want children. And I said to her, I said, you're limiting yourself before you even get to a point. I mean, you're not even pregnant. And who says you couldn't if you have a child? I think the better question is that something that you want? Because you certainly have the talent. But let's stop limiting ourselves before we get to a certain point. And so as we were talking through, and now, of course, she became a manager, and actually she was promoted again in a different company. And she's going she's in German we say she makes her way. Right? She's going down a path, and she's very talented. She has a lot of leadership skills, and she has a ton to offer. And so for me, as her manager and as her leader, I feel it's my responsibility to guide that next generation, because how many times do we see what maybe other women have done or not done, and we kind of feel like that's the path that's paved for us. Let's create a new path.
It's very fulfilling to mentor and guide others. Raj, I have a question for you. I know you're a huge supporter of women, and I'm just curious about what strengths do you think women bring to the world, in the workplace, at home? Generally, what strengths do women bring?
In my point of view, because I born and brought up by a very open-minded family because I have seen my mom as a leader, my sister as a leader. So I thought we should always respect everyone and give equal rights. Either women, either men, no gender. I always believe no gender bias. Whatever work I am doing whatever work, my sister, my colleague, women doing equally treated. Not if I'm a boy, she's a girl, treated this way. No. And I have also seen my some couple of people in my network also, they are treating very ill some people because they have bias feeling in the mind. And they, my one of good friend also, when I was in college and the struggle time, he always said to me, whenever we drive go, whenever some women's driving, he said, oh, women driving there, so please you be careful. So I always fight, why you are saying this, they are also and he always fighting with me, oh, women driving, so you be careful because they are not a good driver. Although I learned my personal experience, my maternal auntie, when I was in school, very young and the college time, she was a perfect driver. Perfect. She was very highly literate and educated. She, whenever we go outside, like 500 miles, 1,000 miles, she independent drive, and we sitting the back side. So I have very confident ki my one, when my maternal aunt drive very nice drive, so why not everyone? So I have, so these kind of normal things I have seen so many people ki, oh, women can't do this, women can't, but now these things, that time has gone.
Mm-hmm. You
Mhm.
know, when because of my job as the guru coach, I see women who are bilateral thinkers. And what do I mean by that? It means that they can easily switch between their left brain and their right brain. What does that mean? It means that they can be very analytical in one moment, right? They'll analyze a situation, and then they'll turn over to their right brain and say, okay, what action are we going to take? And they bring in their values that come from the heart, like they don't like violence, for example. They want to nurture, they want to love, right? They want to create a happy environment, those sorts of things. So, I find women more than men. Men can do this, of course, and they come to us to learn. They can switch more easily between that left and that right hemisphere, so that that's why women are so valuable in the workplace, because they're hardwired that way, because they're meant to nurture, right? Whether they have kids or not, they're meant to nurture. They have more of what we call a noble quality. So, yeah, to celebrate International Women's Day, I tip my hat to all the women who are bringing so much love and technical genius, using both sides of their brain to make this world a better place. And I really agree with Marion that let's use that Leadership 2.0 and really mentor and support women in the future. Thanks, Raj, for your input here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Maybach